Look, check this out. I just watched this video on TikTok, right? It was about this guy. He's an electrician at a power plant. And during the holidays, he installed Christmas lights. Like, decorating houses with, with lights and all this other stuff. So anyway, he was doing work for this one guy. The guy was well off. And he was like, he said, man, when I call you, man, you come. If I call you and say, hey, man, I got a few bulbs out, you always come and make sure I'm taken care of. He said, what do you do outside of it? He said, because every time the guy would come, he'd have 5, 6 guys with him. He said, man, they have my house done in a day, Not in the whole day, but you know what I'm saying? Like in a few hours, they're done. And the guy told him, he said, well, man, I'm an electrician at the plant. He said, I just do this during the holidays. And he was like, look, man, I got some other things I want to hire you to help me. I want to hire you to do around my house or whatever. Well, anyway, you fast forward. I don't know how long it took him. This guy's in Houston. All he does is decorate for the holidays. He put up lights. That's all he does, right? Now, I don't know what they got going on. He stopped in the middle of the street. Now, the guy said he make like $300,000 in 6 weeks, which I could believe it, because you got to think he's only working those 6 weeks because he just decorate, and he got to come back and take it all down when it's over. Now look at this. I ain't never in my life made $300,000 in a year, let alone 6 weeks. You was not gonna tell me that you got to get a job and work that job the rest of your life, and whatever you get, that's what you get. Whether you move up in the ladder or not, whether you climb that ladder, it's on you. In order to achieve the things you want to achieve in life, or to have the things you want to have in life, you have to take action. You have to take action. Like I say, like I told y'all, when I'm at work, I am either listening to interviews, podcasts, things like that. And this one guy, the guy was just going around interviewing rich people. The guy said, what's the most you ever made in 1 year? He said, man, the most I ever made in 1 year was like 11 million. And he said, but the most I ever made, I think he said the most he's ever made in like I don't know if it was a week or day or month, he said was $1 million. He said, and the guy was like, well, what's one piece of advice you can give me or give your 20-year-old self? He said, if you don't sacrifice for your dreams, you will sacrifice your dreams. And that made so much sense. I listened to another guy. He said, interviewing a guy. He was like, man, how much money you made? What's the most amount of money you made in 1 year? And the guy was like, well, man, it's the IRS watching. He said, look, it's not about how much money you make. He was like, well, man, give me a tip, If you can go back and talk to your 20-year-old self, give me a tip. He said, getting started and just taking action. He said, in your 20s is the time to fail. He said, you're not a failure. You just haven't figured it out yet. He said, you become a failure when you quit. He said, fail until you figure it out. And as I was watching that video, I'm going to tell you what I was thinking about at work today. It all started this morning. As y'all know, I just done this pine straw job. Monday, I had to prep the job for the pine straw, go get the pine straw. And Tuesday, I went ahead and threw it, right? Well, today was Wednesday. I said, man, I ain't doing nothing today. I'm just going to sleep in. And I did. I slept in. And the whole time I was at the house, I was like, man, I really don't feel like going to my full-time job tonight. I really just want to stay home, relax, and be with my family. Go to church with my family, and lay down beside my wife and go to sleep and wake up and do it again. Then I said, well, man, your checkup be short because you're going to miss a day, blah, blah, the whole spiel. And then as I'm headed to work, I was like, man, I really don't even want to leave my kids, man. But then when I get to work, the whole time at work, I'm thinking, I'm like, man, bro, you ain't managed the money right, bro. You failing, you messing up. You're not where you supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? And I'm really, this is the conversation I'm having behind this welding shield. This is therapeutic for me. Get that crap out, talk it out. So then I'm saying to myself, bro, you done made X amount of dollars. You know what I'm saying? Why couldn't you just put 30 grand up? You should have put 30 grand up, man. I really don't see this working out next year, man. You sure you're doing the right thing, man? Maybe I should just get a better full-time job and just kind of hang out, you know? And that was kind of on my mind all night. But I know, like I say, you gonna hit rough patches in life. Everything is not gonna go as you want it to go. But you gotta keep pushing. You gotta keep fighting through that. And like I say, man, I'm bringing y'all on my journey to show y'all, man, it's not all peaches and creams. You will be having these battles with your mind. Look, when I left the house, I looked at that dump trailer and I looked at that truck I just bought. I said, man, I'm spending all this money, bro. Is this junk even worth it? And I'm seeing, I'm looking at, you know what I'm saying, the money coming in. But then I said to myself, yeah, you made X amount of dollars, but I'm gonna have a tax bill. I'm gonna have a tax bill at the end of the year. And this is what I'm saying to myself. Man, bro, when I got this, at the full-time job, man, they taking money out for taxes. I ain't gotta worry about taxes. I ain't gotta worry about no doggone health insurance. My retirement already be taken care of. Only thing I gotta do is just go to work, get the overtime, keep maybe like 30 yards and make them folks pay me cash so I ain't gotta deal with none of this no more. You see how easy that sounds? But you're holding yourself back. Taxes. Taxes wouldn't be a problem if you prepare for taxes. You have to prepare for taxes. You're not prepared for taxes. Are you sending quarterly taxes in? Yes or no? It's that simple. Just because you buy a piece of equipment don't mean that's going to deduct your tax bill. If you owe $15,000 in taxes at the end of the year, well, man, I go buy this $15,000 dump trailer, I should break even. Man, it does not work like that. It does not work like that. You don't get dollar for dollar on a piece of equipment when it come down to paying taxes. Don't work like that. Those are the time you gotta have a conversation with yourself and say, hey man, is this really something you want to do? Is this really something you pursuing? And push through it. Everybody gonna have something to say. Everybody gonna have something negative to say. I stopped at a gas station yesterday when I got off work. I seen the guy that I used to work at the other job with. And last time he seen me, I told him I was going full time in my business. He said, hey, bro, you back at the yard? I said, no, I'm not at that yard. I'm working at a different yard. He said, man, what happened to the business? I said, man, the business still going good. It's still thriving. I said, I'm still working the business. I ain't nothing changed. But in his mind, bro, if you still working the business, you wouldn't be, you know what I'm saying, getting a job. But I know what I'm doing. I know what's on the table. I know what I'm working towards. I know what I'm trying to get achieved. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know, like, bro, I don't want to be in this line for the rest of my life. I don't want to be in this line coming and going at 3 in the morning. Either you getting off work at 3 in the morning or you getting up going to work at 3 in the morning. Man, I want to live the rest of my life like that. And I'm not talking down on nobody that is living their life like that. But you're not going to tell me I was put on this earth to to weld in somebody's shipyard for 40, 50 years. Man, that's not going to happen, man. That is not going to happen. That is not going to happen. If I got to keep running out here grabbing a full-time job every winter to get to where it is I'm trying to get to, that's going to happen. That is going to happen. Look, I'm going to say something, and I don't care how nobody take this. You is not going to find another 33-year-old man that's going to grind, that's going to stand beside me and grind every day. Well, 6 days a week. It's not going to happen. And guess what? You got some 33-year-old males that's already set up for the future. They got everything in motion. They got everything set up. They don't have to grind like this. They don't. But I know the position I'm in. I don't have 40, 50 grand put up. And I'm not crying about it. I'm willing to come out here and grind about it. So, I mean, look. Like every year I'm wondering, man, this is my year. This is my year. This is my year. This is my year. All right, bro, 2024. God say the same, bro, we going up. We going up 2024. And you know what's the funny part about 2024? My vision board, what I have written down on 2024. If everything fall in line how I want to fall in line in 2024, I'm gonna be grabbing another job in the winter. Just look at this. 2024, you pay off a dump trailer. 2024, you pay off the new truck we just bought. 2024, you buy this other mower, cash or whatever. Like, bruh, that's your profit for the year. You back to square zero. And it's like I already see that. It's like I see that. Like I go grind all year, pay all 3 of them pieces of equipment off, come back to square one. It's like I'm back to square one because it don't ever stop. It don't ever stop. Get all that paid off. All right, then we start the next year. All right, we buy a piece of land, then we pay it off. Then we build a shop, then we pay it off. And then by the time I do that, by the time I done bought this land and built the shop and paid it off, man, I'm gonna need another truck. It don't ever stop. So you cannot get caught up in that. Only thing, look, I'm gonna say this and I'm gonna go. Like, look, this is what you gotta tell yourself. This is what you gotta tell yourself. Do not focus on tomorrow. Do not focus on yesterday. Focus right now, the time you have right now in the moment. Don't worry about 5 hours from now. Focus on right now. And I promise you, if you be the best you can be right now in this moment, tomorrow will be even better.